Welcome to Season 6 of High School Quiz Show Maine. We have 16 schools from across the state competing to be this year's champion and take home the $1,000 prize for their school's project graduation. In our second qualifying match, it's the Huskies of Gould Academy. Taking on the Witches of Brewer High School. That's coming up next on High School Quiz Show Maine.
Production support for High School Quiz Show Maine is provided by Energy is about more than just keeping the lights on. It's about living life. As parents, friends, and teammates, Unitil is proud to support High School Quiz Show Maine. Unitil, more than a utility, part of your community.
Safety Insurance is committed to environmental sustainability and supports many local charities. You can ask an independent agent about auto, home, and business coverage from Safety Insurance. Safety Insurance will help you manage life's storms.
And by viewers like you. Thank you.
Welcome to Season 6 of High School Quiz Show Maine. I'm Todd Gutner. We have 16 schools from Fort Kent to South Berwick who will compete for the $1,000 grand prize for their school's project graduation. In our second match for Season 6, a veteran team looks to dethrone last year's champ. The Huskies of Gould Academy in Bethel are making their third appearance, and they are looking to topple our Season 5 champion, the Witches of Brewer High School in Brewer. Let's meet the players for our kickoff match. For Gould Academy, we have Liam, Matthew, Quinn, and Mary, with alternates Mark and Abby, and coached by Adam Leff. And for Brewer, we have Colin, Emma, Lindsay, and Sam, with alternates Jafari and Zoe, and coached by Sue-Ann Gatings and Andrea Martin. The competition has 3 rounds, of course: the toss-up round, the category round, and the fun lightning round. We'll start with the toss-up round. All answers are worth 10 points, and this is the only round with no point deductions for wrong answers. Players must wait for me to complete the question, and if one team answers incorrectly, the other team will be given a chance to answer. Are both teams ready? You gonna have a little fun? All right, nice. Let's get going here. Here is the first question. In the U.S. Senate, each state is represented by how many senators? Lindsay Brewer.
2.
2, yes. What South Korean film director directed by Bong Joon-ho was the first non-English language film to win an Academy Award for Best Picture?
Parasite?
It's Liam Gould.
Parasite.
Parasite is the right answer. In 2015, Megan Brennan became the first woman appointed to what federal government position? Louis DeJoy took over that position in 2020. Answer's Postmaster General. We move on. An action figure of what character from Toy Story flew on the Space Shuttle Discovery in 2009? Liam Gould.
Buzz Lightyear.
Buzz Lightyear, yes. Name this modern musical film that was incorrectly announced as the winner of Best Picture at the 2017 Academy Awards during the greatest Oscars flub of all time. Lindsay Brewer.
La La Land.
You got it. La La Land at the last second possible, probably. The River Nile empties into which sea? At the end, Sam Brewer.
Mediterranean.
Mediterranean is right. What is the name for a line segment with endpoints on a circle's circumference? Liam Gould.
Radius.
That is incorrect. Brewer? Colin?
Diameter.
Incorrect also. Chord is the right answer. A common symptom of COVID-19, anosmia, is the loss of which of the 5 senses? Liam Gould.
Smell.
Smell is correct. In the 2019 picture book, Parker Looks Up, was inspired by 2-year-old Parker Curry viewing a portrait of what First Lady? Liam again.
Michelle Obama.
Michelle Obama is correct. Okay, up next we have a video question, so take a look at the monitor over here.
Hello, my name is Kathy Potter, and I'm the librarian at Falmouth Middle School. Veronica Roth's Divergent book series is set in a post-apocalyptic version of what U.S. city?
Lindsay, Brewer.
Chicago.
Chicago is right. Next question. When you are aboard a ship and facing the bow, the left side is called the port and the right is called what? Liam, Gould.
Starboard.
Starboard is correct. Next question. Who ruled England, Scotland, and Ireland as Lord Protector of the Commonwealth between 1653 and his death in 1658? Quinn, Gould.
Oliver Cromwell.
Yes, you got it. In the movie 42, Chadwick Boseman portrayed what baseball legend who wore number 42 for the Brooklyn Dodgers? Sam, Brewer.
Jackie Robinson.
Yes, Jackie Robinson. The Superfund Act of 1980 is mainly concerned with which of the following? Education, environmental protection, or military defense? Liam, Gould.
Education.
Incorrect. Brewer, do you want to try? Go ahead, Colin.
Military defense.
Nope, it was the other one. Environmental protection. All right, this one's a math question. I think you have some pencils there, so get ready for the math question. Your total math grade is determined by homework, quizzes, and the final exam. If homework counts for 20% of your grade and quizzes count for 45%, what percent of your grade is based on your final exam? Liam, Gould.
35%.
Yes, you nailed it. Sandro Botticelli is known for a 15th century painting that depicts the birth of what Roman goddess? Mary, Gould.
Venus.
Venus, yes. Taking its name from the Russian word for east, Lake Vostok is the deepest known lake on which continent? Sam, Brewer.
Asia.
One more time.
Asia.
Asia's incorrect. Gould.
Europe.
Liam.
Europe.
Incorrect also. Antarctica. Just remember, I'll call on you if you... Yeah, it's okay. The Lightning Thief is the first book in a series by Rick Riordan featuring what 12-year-old protagonist? Mary, Gould.
Percy Jackson.
Yes, you got it. In robotics, what three-letter word refers to the side-to-side motion of an end effector at an axis? Yaw. Yaw. The Foreign Assistance Act of 1948 is most closely associated with what U.S. Secretary of State? Sam, Brewer.
Marshall.
Marshall is right. Nice job. The Japanese art of origami involves the use of which material? Paint, paper, or precious gems? Sam, Brewer
Paper.
again.
Paper.
Paper is right, yeah. To remind people that they should enjoy life while they can, the ancient Roman poet Horace used what two-word Latin phrase that means seize the day? Liam, Gould.
Carpe diem.
Carpe diem, yes. Pike Place Market opened in 1907 in what Pacific Northwest city? Matthew, Gould.
Seattle.
Seattle, you got it. Math question again. All right. What is x when 5x plus 2 equals 2x plus 29? Colin, Brewer.
9.
You nailed it. Well done. Awesome. In Shakespeare's A Midsummer Night's Dream, which character winds up with the head of a donkey? Mary, Gould.
Bottom.
Bottom is right. An air conditioner releases cool air into a room. The dense cool air sinks and forces the warm air in the room upward. This is an example of what method of energy transfer in fluids? Quinn, Gould.
Convection.
Convection is also right. After closing it in 1991, in October 2019, the U.S. reopened its embassy in what city that is capital of Somalia? Matthew, Gould.
Baghdad.
That's incorrect. Brewer, you want to give it a shot? No. Mogadishu is the answer. What Jewish festival that commemorates the Israelites fleeing from Egypt is celebrated with a meal called a Seder, where unleavened bread called matzah is served?
Yom Kippur.
Matthew.
Yom Kippur. Yom Kippur.
Incorrect. Brewer, you want a shot? Go ahead, Lindsay.
Passover.
Yes, you got it. Passover. All right, that's the end of round 1. Gould Academy is leading Brewer 130-90. Looks like we have a great match brewing. Don't go anywhere. We will meet the players when we come back. We're back, and before we head to the category round, we like to pause and get to know our players with a slightly silly question, which is, imagine you are the ambassador to a group of aliens coming to Earth. What would be the first thing you would tell them? We'll start with Gould Academy, and Liam, you're up.
All right, I would probably tell them to go to a Celtics or a Red Sox game, show them a good time.
Oh yeah. So you're a fan of the Boston sports.
Oh yeah.
I like
Big
that
guy.
about you, Liam. At least you didn't say the New York Yankees or something like that. A good man. All right, Matthew, you're up. What do you think? Stumped? You got nothing?
Go check out DC. Yeah.
DC, our capital. All right.
Don't go to Australia. Yeah.
It's a long way, right? Quinn, your turn from Gould.
To those science fiction fans who know what this means, please uplift us.
Fill us in.
It means to genetically modified to enhance brain function.
Wow. Okay. That's some heavy stuff right there. Mary, how about you?
Don't eat the yellow snow. It's not lemon flavored.
It's not lemon, right?
No, yeah.
That's really good advice. Very good advice. We'll go over to Brewer now. Colin, what do you think?
I'd tell them to go and watch a hockey game.
Hockey game. You're a big hockey fan?
I am.
Please say the Bruins.
I'm sadly not. I'm a Penguins fan.
Come on! What? Why? Because
Yeah.
of like Sidney Crosby or something?
I liked Penguins when I was little, so I just kind of adapted that into a hockey team, and then I've stuck with it since then.
Fair enough. I'm proud of you for not, leaving the team that you originally picked as a little kid.
Yeah, I'm sticking with them.
Good for you. Good for you. All right, Emma, how about you?
I think I'd say try hiking, go see the nature around here, especially in Maine.
Yeah, I mean, we've got beautiful trails all over Maine, right? Lindsay, Brewer.
Well, we're in Maine, so I tell them to buy a coat because it's cold, and then I would take them to Dunkin' Donuts because it's a New England classic.
There you go, right? Go to Dunkin'. Let's go. Sam, wrap this up for us.
I would tell them that the Dolphins are a better team than the Patriots.
Wow.
So, yeah.
You got a lot of side eye right there, bud.
Yeah.
Thank you, Sam. The category round is next, but let's see how well you do with our viewer question of the week.
Hi, I'm Alec O'Mara from Unitil, and this is your Maine question of the week. What structure do the following Maine towns have in common? Topsom, Skowhegan, Sedgwick, and New Portland. Stay tuned for the answer later in the show.
Next up is the category round with the following choices. We have Hey Big Guy, We Need This in Writing, The Emerald Isle, Camels Are Mammals, If These Walls Could Talk, and Roll the Dice. Questions have increasing point values and wrong answers will cost them. The rules for this round are different than in previous seasons. Each team will alternate control of 2 categories. With each question, they can choose to answer it and either gain or lose points, skip it and neither gain nor lose points, or once per category, they can toss it and force the other team to answer that question. Players will have 5 seconds to confer and decide what to do. Brewer, you are behind, so you get control of the board, and you can choose whichever category you like. Which one's it going to be?
We're going to go with roll the dice.
Roll the dice. Okay, roll the dice for 10. These are questions about games. What classic party card game with a fruit-flavored name has players matching red noun cards with green adjective cards to make the best pairs?
Apples to apples.
Apples to apples.
That is correct. Apples to apples. It's one of our family game night favorites. Our family game nights usually end in tears, but it's still a really fun game. Roll the dice for 15. Hills produce brick, pastures produce wool, and the robber might steal your resources if someone rolls a 7 in what game with a distinctive hexagonal-shaped board?
Settlers of Catan.
Settlers of Catan, yes, good job. All right, roll the dice for 20. Your character might be a spellweaver or a craghard in what long-played, combat-focused dungeon crawler game designed by Isaac Childress? I'll need an answer, Emma.
We're going to skip.
You're going to skip it. Okay, the answer is Gloomhaven. Gloomhaven. Roll the dice for 25. You're building a medieval village and deciding where to place your meeple in what tile placement game named for a village in southern France? Emma, what do you think? What you going to do?
We're going to toss it to the other
You're
team.
gonna toss it, okay. So this is going to force Gould to give us an answer. I'll read the question again. You're building a medieval village and deciding where to place your meeple in what tile placement game named for a village in southern France?
Carcassonne.
Carcassonne is correct. Well done, Gould. We go back to Brewer, who still has control for the final question. Roll the dice. You're an ornithologist trying to lure birds to your nature reserve in what card-based game designed by Elizabeth Hargrave?
We're going to skip.
You're going to skip it? It's Wingspan. Wingspan. Gould's turn for a choice of the categories. In control of the board.
We would like camels are mammals.
Okay. Camels are mammals, and these are questions about camels. The Wild Camel Protection Foundation operates a reserve in China and a breeding program for Bactrian camels in what Mongolian desert?
Gobi.
The Gobi Desert.
That is correct. Camels are mammals for 15. Camels have a nictitating membrane that protects what part of their body from dirt and sand?
Their eyes.
Eyes.
Eyes is correct. Again, camels are mammals for 20. One-humped camels are known by what name that comes from Greek for runner? Mary, you're going to have to give me something.
We'd like to skip that one.
You want to skip it? Okay, the answer is dromedary. Dromedary. I think someone was onto it. I think it was Quinn. You were kind of onto that a little bit. Camels are mammals, 25. Camels have distinctive oval-shaped erythrocytes filled with what protein compound that carries oxygen from the lungs throughout the body and makes blood red?
Hemoglobin.
What, hemoglobin?
Hemoglobin is right. Camels are mammals for 30 in the final one. Camel races and a camel beauty contest are events at the annual King Abdul Aziz Camel Festival in what Middle Eastern country?
Saudi Arabia.
Saudi Arabia.
That is right. Okay, nice job in that category. We're back over to Brewer now for your choice.
We're going to go with the Emerald Isle.
The Emerald Isle. These are questions about Ireland. Legend says there are no snakes in Ireland because they were chased out by what patron saint whose feast day is March 17th?
St. Patrick.
That's right, Emma, St. Patrick. For 15, what stone that's part of a castle wall in County Cork is said to bestow the gift of eloquence on anyone who kisses it?
The Blarney Stone.
Yeah, you got it again. The Blarney Stone. Emerald Isle for 20. The Halfpenny Bridge is a pedestrian bridge that spans what river in Dublin?
We're going to skip.
You're going to skip it? It's Liffey. We're on to 25. Carrickmacross is known for producing what delicate fabric that Kate Middleton had on her wedding gown when she married Prince William? What do you think, Emma?
We're going to toss this one.
Toss this one over to Gould. Carrickmacross is known for producing what delicate fabric that Kate Middleton had on her wedding gown when she married Prince William?
Lace.
Lace is right. Nice job, Gould. We're back to Brewer for the final question in the Emerald Isle. Named for the monastery where it was housed in the 9th century, what 680-page illuminated manuscript of the four Gospels is now in the collection of the library at Trinity College in Dublin? Emma?
All right, we're going to skip.
You're going to skip it? The answer is Book of Kells. Book of Kells. For the last category, it's back to Gould.
Hey, big guy. We'd like Hey Big Guy.
Hey, big guy. It sounds funny, right?
It is a good one.
Questions about giants in myth and folklore.
Oh, you got this.
What name for a collection of maps comes from the name of the mythological titan who holds up the sky?
Atlas?
Atlas is right. Hey, big guy for 15. Bangor, Maine is home to a 31-foot tall statue of what giant lumberjack from American folklore who had a blue ox named Babe?
Paul Bunyan.
Yeah, that's right, Paul Bunyan. In Greek mythology, Brontes, Steiropes, and Arges are what kind of one-eyed giants?
Cyclops?
Cyclops is right. Hey, big guy for 25. According to legend, a giant called Enceladus is buried beneath what active volcano in Sicily? His fiery breath makes the volcano erupt.
Etna?
The answer is right, Mount Etna, yes. And the last one in Hey Big Guy. In a South African folk tale and a Pete Seeger folk song, a little boy plays the ukulele to distract what scary giant who's threatening to eat his whole town?
We would like to...
What do you think? I think Soraka.
We'd like to toss.
Okay, we're going to toss it over to Brewer. They're going to have to answer. I'll read it again. In a South African folk tale and a Pete Seeger folk song, a little boy plays the ukulele to distract what scary giant who's threatening to eat his whole town? All right, Emma. How about an answer?
Saranka?
Saranka's incorrect. It's Abby Yo-Yo. Abby Yo-Yo. And that concludes the category round. The score is Gould 330, Brewer 110. Everything can change in the lightning round, though, so sit tight. We'll be right back.
How did you do with this week's question? It was, what structure do the following Maine towns have in common? Topsom, Skowhegan, Sedgwick, and New Portland. The answer is, they all have suspension bridges. The New Portland Wire Bridge is the oldest of the four, having been completed in 1868.
We are back, and we're about to head into the final 90 seconds of gameplay, the lightning round. Players, you do not have to wait for me to finish the question. You can buzz in any time, but do not answer the question until I call your name. You get 20 points for each correct answer. Incorrect answers will also cost you 20 points, and the other team does not get the chance to answer. The clock is set, and we are ready to go. In U.S. standard measurement, how many feet are in a yard? Colin, Brewer.
3.
Yes, that is correct. On December 7th, 1941, Japanese fighter pilots.
Pearl Harbor?
Lindsay, Brewer, Pearl Harbor, yes. Noir is the French word for what color?
Black.
Matthew, Gould, black, yes. A prune is a dried form of what fruit? Emma.
Plum?
Plum is right. Ganymede is the largest moon of...
Jupiter.
Gotta wait for me to call on you, Matthew. Gould. Jupiter is right. What measure of radioactivity is abbreviated BQ? Matthew, no, you didn't get in. Becquerel is the answer. What animal represents Slytherin House at Hogwarts?
Snake.
Lindsay.
Sorry, snake.
Snake, yes. Also called the gastric mill. What organ in an earthworm grinds food for digestion? Liam, Gould.
Stomach.
That's incorrect. Gizzard. A traditional classical string quartet includes two of which instruments? No. The answer is violin. Next question. The frogs in Lystrata are plays by what ancient Greek? Aristophanes. A cardiologist treats disorders of which body organ? Emma, Brewer.
The heart?
The heart. How many former presidents' faces are carved into Mount Rushmore? Sam,
4.
Brewer. 4, yes, you got it. Oh, that's the end of the lightning round, and our winning team is Gould Academy with 350 points. They'll be moving on to the quarterfinals in a few weeks. Our runner-up, Brewer, with 230 points. Our defending champions are knocked out, but you guys played awesome. Congratulations to both teams. Be sure to tune in next time as Deering High School from Portland will take on Yarmouth High School from Yarmouth. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time on High School Quiz Show Maine.
Production support for High School Quiz Show Maine is provided by Energy is about more than just keeping the lights on. It's about living life. As parents, friends, and teammates, Unitil is proud to support High School Quiz Show Maine. Unitil, more than a utility, part of your community.
Safety Insurance is committed to environmental sustainability and supports many local charities. You can ask an independent agent about auto, home, and business coverage from Safety Insurance. Safety Insurance will help you manage life's storms.
And by viewers like you. Thank you.